All right, so welcome to the first episode of what may be called the Content Creator Clash. Not sure if we're going to change the name, but we have two very special guests today. I got Jens from Cardboard Guide and Zalem, aka Adam Ray from Games Ahoy, your LGS shop, I believe, right?
Yep,
Awesome.
correct.
If Jens, you want to go first, just a quick introduction, how you got into sorcery, and what deck you're playing today.
Yeah, well, I got into Sorcery because the better half of the cardboard guide, my wife, she backed Kickstarter and said, "Don't you think we should just back this Kickstarter? It looks great." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, let's do it." And then we got the cards and we got hooked kind of instantly. We have not been playing that many games because, well, it's hard to get alpha, and we have the pre-con decks, but they just soared in price. So we're like, maybe we just keep those sealed and wait for better. But in the meanwhile, we've just been playing on Tabletop Simulator, and this is my third game, I believe, in Sorcery. And yeah, Adam, he just made a mono red aggro deck that I'm going to pilot today. And yeah, I hope I just don't make a total ass out of myself. But
You'll be fine. I'll be there to help too. That's part of the reason I'm here, right? Is to just kind of give some tips and pointers and some rules calls, I guess,
yeah,
and go over things that need to be gone over. So I think this is a great video for people who are new to sorcery, who are interested in sorcery. Um, and yeah, people who are just more interested in seeing some gameplay. There's not a lot of gameplay on YouTube right now, so
Yeah, and that was kind of the goal because, much like Jens, like we started creating content, opening boxes, showing the cards, talking about the art, talking about the money, the collectability, all that stuff. But it really took a while. Like it took me literally until Gen Con to actually play the game, which was brutal because that's the point of this game, right?
yeah,
So the idea behind this, like you just kind of pointed out, was just to cover like basic questions that a lot of people might have. I know there's other content out there, like Hayne just started his frequently asked questions series, which is awesome. But to see like a game play out step by step, turn by turn, and then to have someone like yourself walk us through any interactions or questions is just awesome. Um,
yeah,
Adam,
of
if you just
course.
if you just want to take 2 seconds, tell us a little bit about yourself, and if you can kind of cover the deck that I'll be playing today.
Yeah, so my name is Adam Ray. I own 3 stores in Colorado called Games Ahoy. And speaking of Games Ahoy, we are holding a convention coming up here. It's a gaming festival that will be on October 14th and 15th. We'll be doing a big sorcery event there. So if you are nearby or feel like traveling, please come out to VinCon, and that's in Loveland, Colorado. You can go to vinconcolorado.com to check that out. And today, so Jens is playing mono red aggro, and then this is going to be. I never got your name.
It's Josh.
Gambler Josh.
Yes.
Josh is going to be playing Deathspeaker, and this is Earth, Air, Fire Deathspeaker. So it has a little bit more control, elements than just the Fire Air Deathspeaker deck. So he's looking at trying to stabilize and survive the early game that Jins is going to be throwing his way, the aggro, so that he can either chip away at Jins or drop a Nimbus Gen on his head for an OTK. So yeah, we should be in for a riveting game here today.
All right, sounds great. I'm just gonna switch this over to the gameplay mode, and all right, it looks like we're good. I'm gonna hop in game. Let's shuffle up, which is the R button on TTS, in case you're new to TTS as well. And then we'll roll to see who goes first.
yeah, that's that.
All right.
If you hit the R key, it will roll it for you.
Okay,
It'll do a
16.
random roll.
Then.
Oh wait, but you go first, Josh.
All right, sounds good. I'm gonna draw 3 and 3.
Yep. So really quickly, just for the viewers here, Jins is playing the Sorcerer avatar, while Josh is playing the Deathspeaker. The Sorcerer the Sorcerer is the more basic avatar, I would say. The Sorcerer's special ability is it allows its controller to draw an extra spell every turn, as opposed to only an extra site on a turn. Of course, Jins would have to forego playing a site, tapping the sorcerer to play a site in order to tap the sorcerer to draw a spell. But that's okay. He's playing mono red aggro. And just as a reminder, whenever we are starting out the game here, mulligans are very important. You want to make sure that you start out with the colors that you need. Jins, I can see both of their hands here, and Josh.
I think I like mine.
Your sights are looking good. Jins' sights are looking a bit rough. Looks like I need to throw some away there. But yeah, so sorcery for each player will start with 3 spells and 3 sites, and then for the mulligan, you may choose any number of spells or sites, put them back under their respective decks, and then draw that many from the tops of those decks. And you do not shuffle after you do this.
Okay, so how do I do this technically on Tabletop Simulator?
Yeah, so you would just pull the card out of your hand, and you flip it over so that he can't see it. Yeah, and then pile them up, and then drag your atlas over on top of them, and then put it back. Now, another way you can do it is you can slide the card under the deck by holding down the right click button and sliding it under.
Well,
but it won't work on stacks. You can only do it 1 card at a time.
So that was a good move.
Okay, so yeah, Jins chose to mulligan 2 sites and draw 2. You have to mulligan your sites and your spells at the same time. So Josh has decided to keep. So it is ready. We are ready to get going.
All right, sounds good. I will go first, so I do not draw, and I will tap the good old Deathspeaker and slap a windmill down. Of course, that'll give me 2 threshold, 1 mana, and then I'm going to play an Amethyst Core. Now, do I put that with the avatar, or is it easier just to leave it to the side? Otherwise, I'm like manually.
It's easier to leave it to the side.
Okay.
So Josh is choosing to play the Amethyst Core on the Deathspeaker, and the Deathspeaker must carry the Amethyst Core in order to get the Amethyst Core benefit of extra mana each turn. The Amethyst Core does provide him with that 1 extra mana this turn as well, so it kind of replaces itself.
Yep.
But
I can't do anything with 2 mana, or sorry, 1 mana now, so I think I will pass turn. Go for it, Jens.
All right.
Yeah, so a lot of people, when they play their artifacts, they do just, when they play them equipped to their avatar, they just put them off to the side.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So here I do want to step in real quick, Jens. The Wills of the Wisp has Void Walk. So because it has Void Walk, that means you can play it anywhere in the Void, even over on Josh's side.
I think I'll just fix it up here.
All right.
You're a little line, I hope.
I see that.
Yeah. Void Walk is one of the ways to be aggressive in sorcery. So
that and those dang polar bears.
Yeah, polar bears can do it too.
And is it correctly understood that as a reaction to them being attacked, I can just move them to another location?
Yeah, that's correct. And one way to be strategic with the Wills of the Wisp in mono red aggro is to place it here instead of over onto the side. Because in order for Josh to kill the Wills of the Wisp, he would need to place a site under it. And you want him to place sites towards you so that you can be aggressive with your cards.
Okay.
That I'm running away. But you can also choose based on your hand to place it up to the side if you'd rather him play to the side. So just different things that you can do. They're like these little secret ways to be strategic in the game because location is so key.
Yeah.
So just even placing a Voidwalk minion down, you can kind of direct your opponent to where you want them to play their sites. So just something to keep in mind.
Okay. All right. Okay, yeah, I just started. Yeah, wow. Just tried to end my turn. I couldn't. All right.
You don't have to do anything to end it, I don't think. It's fine.
Over to you, Josh.
Alright, I will start my turn. I'm going to draw a spell. Okay. And I'm going to tap and play a River of Flame here. So that one's got the Fire Spellcaster ability as a bonus to it. And
Yep.
I'm going to play a Land Surveyor. Now I'm thinking here because then it can help defend an attack from the wisp.
Yeah, and I was also going to say with River of Flame is a powerful sight, but only if it's in a strategic position. So if you want to consider playing it here, just so you're closer to him, so you can deal like damage with a major explosion or something, you could, not you personally, I mean like as a player,
Yeah.
River of Flame is better if you're playing it closer to your opponent's avatar. But in this case, it looks like Josh is choosing to play defensive on the back row, and so he wants to pull it back.
Yeah, I guess the logic behind that was if I have a Firebolt or something like that, I have a wider back line that can shoot those.
That's another good way.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
And I won't narrate so much as we get going. I just wanted to get a little bit in early.
No, you did. It's awesome.
Mood.
All right, so the Land Surveyor hits, and I get a sight off of that, I believe. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll grab that.
Land Surveyor has a Genesis effect, and Genesis is kind of like enters the battlefield if you're familiar with Magic, but as soon as it enters, he's able to draw a sight.
Perfect. So that's Land Surveyor cost me 2 out of my 3 available mana, which means I believe my turn is up. Jens, go for it.
So I'll tap the Sorcerer to draw a spell.
Or you do get to draw for turn.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, so each player draws a spell or a sight each turn. They may choose. And then now you can tap to play a sight or draw a sight or draw a spell.
And there's no maximum hand size. Is that correct?
And that's what I was wondering at first about the maximum hand size, so that's great to know.
Yeah. Tap to the sight. Yep.
And it's always good to keep your sights to the back of your own square like towards your side. That way each player can quickly view the realm and know which sides are theirs and which sides are their opponents.
So if I attack now, I'm going to attack the Land Surveyor.
Right. Yeah, you would end up probably losing your Wills of the Wisp.
But I could also... So right now it's blocking Josh from playing, or he's forcing him to play around it.
I could still play a sight under it if I chose to, but right now I'm playing a little more defensive.
Right now you can't attack my way because your Land Surveyor is through. Yeah. I think that is what I want to do at this turn. So, turn over to you, Josh.
Okay. You had, just to be clear, you had no 2 mana plays you could do there?
Yeah, he's good. He's going to pass to
Okay, just making sure.
use strategically.
Okay. I'm going to grab a spell. I'm going to tap. And what do I want to do here? I'll play Gnome Hollows, actually, under your Wisp. And then I will play Common Sense. So search your spellbook for an ordinary card, reveal it, and put it to your hand, and then shuffle.
That's a nice card.
So this is where I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm thinking... Yeah, I think I know what I want, actually. I'm going to grab this guy. I have to reveal it, so I'll flip.
Ooh.
And then I will put that bad boy into my hand. So common sense was 2, so I'm going to take 2 mana off, throw it in the graveyard. And I still have 2 mana left to play with, so I'm going to cast my Vile Imp here and target the Wills of the Wisp with the effect.
Yeah. Is that an attack, or is it just deal damage to dice?
Deal
It's an
damage.
ability. Yeah, ability damage, so it would die.
And then I'm going to tap and move. Oh, I didn't want to grab both. Whoops. My Land Surveyor forward and pass my turn.
Okay, so I will play a drop in here. And then I will play a Violin.
That looks familiar.
To that Land Surveyor.
Absolutely.
So is there Summoning Sickness there in Sorcery,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep. So every minion that you did not control at the start of your turn has Summoning Sickness.
Okay.
And that definition is important because if you play a card like Infiltrate and you take control of somebody's minion, you cannot attack with that minion that turn because you did not control it at the start of the turn. Unless that minion has charge, of course.
Okay, so charge is like haste and magic.
Correct.
That's good to know.
And then your avatar is tapped because it played the floodplain.
Oh, yeah. So, and then it says that once on your turn you may flood an adjacent site. So, but
Right.
technically, flush is no models.
The no hollows is nearby, but it is not adjacent. Adjacent is orthogonal only. So
Okay.
think of a plus sign around
Yeah.
the origin, point of origin.
It says may, so I don't have to. Okay, so I think that is the end of my turn.
Sounds good. I'll fire up. I'm going to grab a spell one more time. Okay, that's cool. What do I want to do? Definitely going to tap and play a Lone Tower. So temporarily for the turn, because of its ability, it's the only Lone Tower I gained an extra mana, so I guess that means I have 6, technically. However, I don't have a lot to do with that mana. I think...
And sometimes it is best to hold a site and draw another if you think you'll get better value out of that site later.
Yeah, that's definitely... I see the value in that now, but... I'll leave it. I'll leave it down, but that's all right. Yeah, because I see what you mean exactly. Because you can see my hand, obviously.
Yeah. And it's also good when you're playing sorcery to be mindful of cardinal direction, especially if you're playing against fire.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a good idea to avoid cardinal directional range.
Yes. All right. I think I'm gonna pay 2 to blink my Violent forward and draw a card, and then I'm gonna tap and attack to get rid of his Violent and put mine in my graveyard. All right. So with that being played in the card I drew a card that I can play. So I will play that, which is the Highland Princess. Search your spellbook for an artifact that costs 1 or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. So I'm going to tutor once more. Now, do you think going for the obvious stone would be the right play, or another core, Adam?
I would look at your threshold. Right now, you have 2 earth threshold, 2 air, but only 1 fire. There are double fire spells in the deck, so I would consider Ruby Core or Philosopher's Stone. Philosopher's Stone is really good too.
What if I told you the Ruby Core is not in this deck?
Oh, that's fine. I would go for the stone.
Yeah, okay. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Pop that there. Reveal it. Put it in my hand. Highland Princess was what, 2? So I'm down to 1 mana, and lo and behold, 1 mana is the cost for the stone. So I will bring that out. For the record, that'll be attached to my avatar Deathspeaker. And of course, if you didn't know, the first spell of each element cast by the bearer each turn costs 1 less. And that will be my turn.
Tap to side. Yeah, I can reactivate this, but that doesn't really do anything. But I can use my 4 available resources to spawn a Trojan cavalry.
And there's that charge you were talking about, Adam.
Yeah. So you would want this here if you want to attack this turn.
Yeah.
Because the Gnome Hollows prevents minions with power 3 or greater from entering.
So yeah, that is all right. So I'll place it here. I'll attack this side. So do I move it to?
Yep. Move, tap, and attack, or tap, move, and attack.
Yes.
First blood.
Finally.
And Josh may tap to move and block as well, if he wants to.
Okay.
I think I'll wait. All right. Is that your turn, Jens?
That is my turn.
All right. Untap. I'm going to grab a site. Okay. I'm going to tap and play a Ruins over here. And then with the ability of the Philosopher's Stone, Adam, am I able to play this guy here?
Yeah.
All
yep.
Right. So I'm going to drop
a Philosopher's Stone makes it cheaper.
Radiant's Titan on this area here, and then it strikes each enemy here, which I guess would be your cavalry, obviously.
That's painful.
Yeah. And that was 7 mana, so 6 out of my mana pool, and then 1 free mana from the stone. And that's all I can do, but I'm happy with that. Faster.
So here you would just want to try and draw a couple of spells to look for an answer.
Yeah. So I have the 4 resources.
That's a pretty good answer.
I don't like that.
Before you play anything, you always want to tap your sorcerer to draw the next spell, so you have all your information.
So the next spell, yeah. I place it here. Let's just do it for the sake of.
Yeah. So the Wills of the Wisp is here. It can move and block the Titan here, and then teleport.
All right.
Yeah. So now then the next turn the Titan can attack here, sure. And yeah, you wouldn't be able to get to, you'd have to move and then, try to chase it. But
yeah,
if you place your Wills here, then he could play a sight possibly under it, kill it. That's why I recommend here. At least you get a turn where you block.
Yeah. I think I'll place my dragons here.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay, and that is my turn. So at the end of your turn, you shoot a projectile. So I think I hit this.
Yep.
Deathspeaker, right?
My sleeping Deathspeaker. Yep.
All right, and that is it for turn.
All right, I will start my turn on tap. I think I'm doing pretty good for mana, so I'm going to go for a spell. Okay, I think I might play this here, just in case I get another Titan or something aggressive, and then I can just hop right in his face, right?
Yeah, usually I hold my summoning sphere because he could just move out of the way of it. But when you're playing against mono fire, there's not really a whole lot of mobility, so it's not a huge risk playing it early.
Okay. So I'll slap that there. It costs me 1. Actually, no, it costs me. Does that technically cost me 0 because of the stone?
Right. Yeah, it costs you nothing.
Okay, perfect.
And since you have a land surveyor in your cemetery, you could cast it this turn, and you don't have to tap to draw a site. You could tap to play the site that it gets you. So the Deathspeaker allows Josh to, once a turn, play a minion from a cemetery.
Right.
Any cemetery.
Right.
including Jens's.
So
That's
I'll
really powerful.
I'll do the land surveyor because then that'll draw me a site and then disappear. Correct?
Yep. So once the minion is, or actually, the new rules are that you're summoning a token copy of the
Okay.
minion. So you banish the minion from the cemetery, summon the token copy, and then banish the token.
All right. So now that I've drawn my site, I can banish this or whatever.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's gone. I'm gonna tap and play my windmill here, I believe. And since I can only do it once per turn, I can't do another minion out of my pocket. So I'm gonna move my Highland Princess up, and then I'm also gonna try and tap and attack. Yeah, maybe not. You got your Dragonets there. Yeah, why not? The floodplain.
So I can place the Will of the Wisp and try to defend here, right?
Yep. So basically, you can tap and move here to block, and then the Wills of the Wisp has an ability that lets them teleport as soon as they're attacked. So whenever you block a minion, it redirects their attack to your blocking unit.
Yeah.
And so it registers the Wills of the Wisp ability, and then the Wills of the Wisp can teleport away using that ability. So the attack fizzles, dealing no damage to the site or to your Wills.
That's great.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Jens, you're up.
All right. I will draw a site per turn.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually interesting too.
It's always nice to hear my opponent and the the helper go, "Ooh, that looks good."
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't talk so much.
No, that's all right.
Because remember, your Dragonets are here too. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you need 2 more from the minion in your hand.
Ooh.
So there's a couple ways to do it.
Won't I lose both my dragons and my imp, or my Will of the Wisp?
No, so if you play this here, and then you choose this site, so the Shifting Sands has the 2 deserts, deal 2 damage to the Titan.
Yeah. So now
And
it's
then-
all right.
Yeah, and then if you play, your Violimp here, right?
Yep.
Or wherever you want, then you deal 2 damage. And then if you pass the turn, this deals 1 damage. And then, you attack it. I'm sorry, you can attack it with a will. So when you pass the turn, it deals 1 damage. Or you could just move here to get in position to attack and then pass the turn. And this would shoot it for the last damage. So there's a couple of ways you could do it. You could play the other spell in your hand instead, and then you lose this. Yeah. I think that getting rid of the wisps is probably better than getting rid of this.
Okay, so yeah, we play this side and get rid of 2 deserts. We do 2 damage, and then we summon the Violin. We do 2 damage. Then I attack with my Will of the Wisp.
And then the projectile.
Yes, to do 1 more damage. Now it's 5 damage, and then at the end of turn, the dragon do 1 damage.
Yeah, and you can move. Like I said, you can move your Dragonets over to the floodplain, and then it would still, even if the Dragonets are here, it would shoot a projectile, and you could choose this site to start the projectile on.
Okay, then definitely
to kill it.
You
If
can
you want to
move,
position, and this is a good way to play it. Again, he's playing Earth, so there's a good chance he'll get an earthquake at some point. And so getting onto the water side is really nice. And the next turn you could attack as well. So.
Yeah. Okay, so that is me for turn. Over to you, Josh.
All right. Untap. Draw a spell.
The risky, actually, let me back up a little here. The risky thing here, though, is he's playing Deathspeaker, and he can just summon that from the cemetery.
That's what I was gonna do. Yeah.
So if you want to do, if you don't want to do that, if you want to save your Dragonet so that because of the summoning sphere, then you would just leave it here.
Well, yeah.
So basically, if you want to bait him into using his Titan on these guys and lose 2 of your guys, then you would want to move here. But if not, then you would stay here.
I think
Different. Yeah, there's a lot of strategy involved with location.
Definitely. We can do this every turn. That's going to be really annoying.
Yeah,
Poison.
he can hit you for 6
afterwards.
damage.
But is it correct that if he uses the Deathspeaker ability on the Titan, then it becomes a token and is banished afterwards if it dies again?
Yeah, he can only use it once.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is really
So he can use it on you, your sorcerer, because of the summoning sphere, or he can use it to kill a minion.
But yeah, sorry, over to you, Josh.
Okay. I think what I will do for now is I'm going to play with my ability your Vile Imp. Let's just say here, for example, and target your other Vile Imp. So your Vile Imp will die, and
You can also cast it to my graveyard. Wow.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, the Deathspeaker. That's crazy that that they allowed that. I thought that they would change it, but they let it go through.
so that was 1 mana, I guess. And then
And now he has another Violent to be able to play with from your cemetery.
yeah.
Oh.
And I have mine over here too, but so I'm gonna
It
play.
makes it very difficult to play Genesis effects against Deathspeaker.
I'm gonna play Apprentice Wizard here, so I can draw a spell. And that was 1 mana because that was different, or sorry, 2 mana. And now that I've drawn a spell, I will pay 2 more for Lancer and draw a sight.
Cool.
1 more.
Wait,
This
this.
is Earth.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
So you've spent 4 mana so far.
And because I don't want him shooting projectiles at me, I'm actually going to tap and move my Deathspeaker over. And because I don't really care if she dies, I think I might just attack for 1 on the floodplain.
Well, now, if you attack here, though, he can just move and block, and it would just be throwing her away.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. I'll stay there. In that case, I think I'll pass her.
So this projectile that it shoots, is it going to deal 1 damage to this card, and this card, and this card?
No, it would shoot a projectile, and then it would stop here, because there are minions here, or units here, and you would choose whichever one it hits.
Okay.
If you move to the floodplain, of course.
Yeah. Then I will stop. I'll draw another spell. Okay.
So much card draw with the Sorcerer. My goodness.
Yeah. And this is a good example of like an earlier mistake for your site placement, because Josh put his sights over to this direction, and you're playing fire. This shifting sands earlier would have been possibly in a better position over here. This is a defensive play, so like you can move out from under the summoning sphere, which is fine. But if you're looking to be aggressive, you would have placed it here so you could move here.
But I think I'm going to pass the turn.
All right, I'll untap and go for a spell. So this is probably why one of the best reasons you're here today, Adam, is the best use of what I just drew, just for the sake of the video and Jens and everyone. So I got Earthquake, which lets me rearrange sites within a 2x2 region, carrying along everything in normal size, then burrow all minions if able, and artifacts if able. So I've been afraid to use this card because I don't think my brain quite understands the best way to use it in my advantage. Could you maybe walk me through what would you do?
So in this situation, the Earthquake, the best you can get out of it, right, is to kill the dragonettes, and then you'll be able to attack his site for 2 damage, which is not terrible. He's at 20 still.
Mm-hmm.
And you really need to start chipping away at him at some point.
Yep.
And it wouldn't, like, you're threatening the violence here with his with the dragonettes, but this turn would give you an opportunity to create tempo in your favor.
Yeah.
Even though you're trading a 5 mana card for a 3 mana card, it's not terrible because you have the summoning sphere here. You can go ahead and spend this turn to summon a violent to deal 2 to him and attack him for 2, and get your your lands
Get
there
a
closer.
better position. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
it's
really not terrible.
Sorry. So technically, would I be rearranging the desert and the floodplain, or could I choose not to actually move any of them and then just bury the dragonettes?
Yeah, you can choose not to move any of them. But if you're planning on, potentially playing other bury effects, and this is his only access to your sites, it might be a good idea to move them.
All right, we'll do that.
So that,
the dragonettes will go with it, and then subsequently bury and die. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So that would be 4 mana, leaving me with 3. And then, like you said, I was actually thinking about it. I was going to do flash your other Vile Imp and do 2 damage to your Sorcerer. And now this one is gone. And then tap and tap, and move. So 2 more damage. And I will tap and play my step here, I guess.
Well, this kind of defeats the purpose of rearranging these sites.
Yeah.
Right now, you have a really strong defense over here.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot play any large minions and attack you from this direction without playing 2 more sites, which he won't do.
So
the only place he can come to attack you is here. So, I think that your original placement is best.
All right, so I'll drop the step there, and that will be my turn. Go ahead, Jens. I'm honestly surprised at the scoreline already. Like I've played this deck once before, like I was saying, and I was able to do a lot more damage at this time in the game.
This particular deck, the Earth, Fire, Air?
Yeah. I played one of these against another gentleman on Discord, and it did really well. I don't know if it just lined up better or what, but I was definitely doing a lot more damage by like turn 5, 6, or whatever we're at.
Yeah, sometimes you can get Major Explosion.
Well, I had the Nimbus Djinn and stuff out as well.
Oh, yeah, you haven't drawn the Grandmaster Wizard yet. When Deathspeaker draws Grandmaster Wizard, then it's off to the races. Until then, control the board. Yeah, it's getting a little out of hand here, so you have to figure out.
Guys, I'm going to cast a Minor Explosion here.
Alrighty, 3 damage each.
How do you, hold that? And then I will cast a Violin.
Another one?
2 damage to the land surveyor.
Oh, holy imps.
And that is me for turn.
Alright, I will start. I will grab a spell. Okay, that's cool. I think just to spice things up, I might
I recommend the Wizard. If you
yeah.
want some advice there. It's just
Another
not terribly
spell.
necessary.
Yeah, because that's only going to cost me 2, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So I'm going to do that, and now it's gone, but I get to draw another spell, so let's do that. Okay. Earth to another air. So I'm going to pay another 1 for Common Sense, which again is the search spellbook for an ordinary card. And
Lots of good things to get here. Several. Probably worth it getting another violin.
I was going to say another violin, maybe.
Yeah. Zalem is just really good in this matchup.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate part for Modifier.
So with my new Vile Imp that I just... let me get rid of Common Sense. Hold on. Drop that over there. I'm going to pay... It's my first... Oh, thank you. I'm going to pay 1 because it's the fire spell, and then it'll burn your Vile Imp. Yeah, I think... Oh, I'll tap and draw a sight. And pass turn.
I'm in a bad spot, aren't I?
Well, you can draw 2 spells this turn, so there are plenty of things that you could draw into.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what to go with right now. Okay, so I wrong turn. Oh, Jesus.
I think, yeah, that's very unfortunate against... that's a little silly. He drew another violin.
Are you serious?
All 4 violins in the top 12 cards.
Nice.
It's good for you.
That plus, right?
Hmm?
If I place the violin
Yeah.
here, I still target this violin here. No, right?
No, it would need to be here.
That gnome hollow has really hurt me. That has been really annoying. Right. Okay, so I pay 2.
And there goes another imp.
And okay, that still has his Titan, right? In his graveyard.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's so painful.
Yeah.
Should I try to go around, think or something?
It would take too long.
I'm bucked down right here. I can't really go anywhere because it's going to be...
It's okay. It's okay to pile up here. It's okay to lose 2 minions.
Isn't it just a waste of resources?
Well, the Sorcerer has infinite resources. You have to get it... Like, otherwise he's going to put it on your head and it deals 6 damage to you. So, it's not a terrible play.
It just feels like... And what if...
So yeah, if you want my advice here, I would play both of these 2.
Oh, I only have 3 resources left.
Well, I would play this one here so that it can attack the Gnome Hollow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then discard a card. Replace the other one there.
And I would play this one here and discard. Yeah.
Okay, and how do we discard a card?
Put the die. So you just do odds, one side evens one card evens the other.
Okay, so even and odd. The way goes the fireballs.
Yep. You're up, Josh.
All right. Let's see what my spellbook can give me. Okay. I think I just need to, unfortunately, just clean up your board again. So if I pay 6 for the Titan here, both those die.
Yep.
And then that'll be exiled or banished. And then using my Deathspeaker's ability, I can flash the Vile Imp in here to kill the Scorpion with my last 2 mana.
Yep.
And then that'll be
it's
banished.
Good for you, James. You want him to burn through all of his resources. You have to. Like, You're
And-
giving him a lot with all those violence.
And then I'll tap my Deathspeaker to play a windmill way over here. And that'll be my turn.
You
Wait.
have 2 mana left.
Hold on. Yeah, that violin only cost me 1, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll play my Apprentice Wizard here for my last 2 mana and draw a spell. And now I'll pass turn.
Okay. So can I play this here and attack at the same time?
Yes.
All right. I think I'll do that. So I play my cavalry and attack.
Sure thing. Using the garbage dump again.
Okay. And that's me for turn.
Alright, I draw a spell. And pay 5. Yeah, 5 for Nimbus Gin.
Oh,
I'm gonna put it right here because I can. And then, Adam, can I discard this?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I'm gonna discard a disenchant to activate it. The only other unit on this site is your sorcerer, so that'll do 3 damage to it. And then I'm gonna pay another 3 and infiltrate this cavalry. So I guess I gain control of it. And I'll tap to draw a site and pass my turn.
I think I'll summon my Seal Sword here. And I summon this goblin here.
Now, if you summon them there, then he can just attack them with your own unit and take out both of your units together.
Guess. But yeah, that's me for turn. Over to you, Josh.
Alrighty, fire it up, grab a spell. Okay. Yeah. I think I'll pay 2 to blink in my Apprentice Wizard to draw another spell, and then I'll banish it. And yeah. Then I'll pay 2 more to bury your Seasoned Sellsword.
Oh,
Top deck.
Yep.
And so that's always the risk, Jins.
Yeah.
You could choose to get rid of the threat right away, and
I'm gonna tap and move the cavalry. Actually, no. I'm just gonna leave him untapped, sitting here. I'm gonna discard a card. Can I discard this, Adam, or does it have to be a spell?
it has to be a spell. I believe the Nimbus Gen says it on the card.
Yes, you're correct. Okay, so I'm gonna discard this and do 3 to your sorcerer again. And then I'm gonna tap and attack for 4 more. And I think that's it. Yep. I don't think. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna
You
spend.
already played a wizard from.
Oh shoot! Yeah, you're right. You saw my mouse, didn't you? Okay, yeah, that's my turn. Go for it, Jen. Okay.
Well, you still have your avatar.
Yeah, I know, but like, what can he do for me at this point other than just draw another?
You could play a side or draw another side.
Okay. At the last second there, Jens, I'm just gonna draw a site and go ahead.
Okay.
You see there?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
I draw for turn. I think I I need to get my sorcerer out of the way. Then I will play fireball. Yep.
Oh, all right. So Nimbus Jin is done. All right. My turn.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll grab a spell. Oh, jeez. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna play. What am I doing? 5 mana.
Well, don't you want to play that special site first?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna play Geistwood up here. So Geistwood has Genesis abilities or also Death Red abilities. So I can get 2 triggers off of something. So I'm gonna play my Grandmaster Wizard up here to draw 3 spells. And I think I will pay 2 more and shoot firebolts from my wizard at your avatar.
So 3 damage, right?
Yes. And then I'll tap and attack my cavalry on your scorpions, and they both die because they're lethal. And I guess because I still have mana and I can, I'll play Onyx Core.
Oh wow!
So quite a bit of stuff going on there.
You could also play a violin and kill your own wizard if you wanted to, or you could save the violin.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You
I
could
might.
also save it for final blow since you already cast your firebolts.
Yeah, I might save it for now, so I'll pass turn in. Let's go ahead.
And I can only summon minions at my own sides, right?
Correct.
Okay. I will play my Trojan cavalry, and I will step forward and attack for 3.
All right, marked.
That was it.
Okay.
Well, don't forget you can also play this spell here.
I used 4 resources, so I only have 1 left.
Well, you can discard for him.
Oh. But will he want to just sit here?
Yeah, he'll be ready to attack the next turn, and you're a little desperate.
Yeah. Let's not be so blunt.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I meant you're in a desperate position. Let me rephrase that.
In a little pickle. Okay, I play him. And even an odd.
Look at those rolls.
So there we have it. So that's it for me, Josh.
All right.
Over to you.
Start my turn, grab a spell. Oh, yikes. Okay. I think what I want to do is do 6.
Now your big spells are coming.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll do 6 for Major Explosion casted by my Grandmaster Wizard. Now, Adam, would it be smart to play it here so that I mark damage on the Sorcerer, kill the mercenaries, and trigger the Geistwood?
I mean, I would just play it here. Because it would still take
yeah, that's right.
Kill both of these guys.
So yeah, let's do that. I'm going to do that. So everyone dies, including my Grandmaster Wizard, which, because of the Geistwood triggers, draw 3 spells.
And I take 3 damage. So now I am at death's door.
Correct.
Uh-oh.
I'm also going to tap and move my Deathspeaker forward, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Let the creative thinking begin.
Oh, now the Manticore shows up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much over at this point because all he has to do is cast a violin from the cemetery.
Yeah, and we can do that. I'll just try to retain some dignity and play my Manticore here, and over to you, Josh.
Airborne lethal. I'll draw my spell just to see what I got for fun. It's another summoning spear. Like you said, I got a Violin, which I can cast here because of the currently played summoning sphere, marking the damage on the sorcerer for the victory. Woohoo!
I salute you.
Do you want to
I
do?
will table in anger and despair.
There it is.
That is,
The
that is
table
the
has
fun
been
part.
flipped.
Deathspeaker is a really tough matchup for any aggro deck because
Yeah.
there's so many chump blockers and the Violimps. The Violimps, that was pretty bad luck. You drawing all
Yeah.
4 of the Violimps in the top 12 cards against Deathspeaker.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's frustrating about Deathspeaker. It's so hard to play Genesis effects with the Deathspeaker going around.
Hmm. It's a
Well,
really powerful.
Like even in water. In water, it's every time you think about including Fey Changeling, you have to consider there's Deathspeaker then. Like how is Deathspeaker going to use this against me?
do you think? Do you think maybe one day they'll nerf that so that it's only your graveyard?
I hope so.
I don't think so. There's been a couple people who have requested that and they didn't, so
Fair enough.
I don't personally think so.
Cool.
I wish they would, but at this point the cards are printed.
Yeah.
But they might do it for maybe for Revised or something. Not in beta, but might come later on.
Yeah, and there will be more cards. Like there will be cards that come out that have cemetery hate.
Yeah.
You know, cards
Yeah.
that let you banish things from the cemetery, which will help.
Yeah, because that'll shut it down right.
Yeah, and you have a Pillar of Zyros in that deck.
Yeah.
You actually mulliganed it on turn 1, and that's my fault. I was distracted, and I forgot that you were playing against Deathspeaker, so you should have kept the Pillar of Zyros, and I didn't mention it. That's my bad.
It's okay.
The Pillar of Zyros can banish everything.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't remember what that one does, so thank you for.
Oh yeah, Pillar of Zyros enters the realm and then banish all minions from all cemeteries. So it's the number one. It's the number 1 hate card you can play against Deathspeaker. And yeah, and I all but encouraged him to mulligan it away. So that's my fault, Jens. Sorry.
Okay.
I just was not paying attention. I wasn't thinking of it from a, strategically gameplay perspective at that moment in time.
It's going to continuously exile graveyards, or is it just when it enters play that the graveyards are being discarded?
Just when it enters, yeah.
Is that one a unique as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So it
So,
might.
yeah, it does give you an effect right away. Like you could have easily saved it until he got his Titan in the cemetery, and then boom, banished the Titan along with there was another Violimp, I think.
Yeah.
So it would have been a pretty good play, and it could have made a difference. Big difference.
Now that you've had a taste of aggro sorcery, Jens, are you still going to go on the aggro train with your constructed decks, or what do you think now?
Yeah, I think it is. It's fun. I think I got off to a little bad start. That you had a lot of RAM to play with at the beginning, and that Gnome Hollow, it really hurt me because I was locked down because of movement and stuff. But yeah, I think it was fun. I think well, it was a bit of a bad matchup playing against the Deathspeaker, I think, but.
Yeah, and one thing I've learned too. Oh, sorry. One thing I've learned is when I'm playing against someone who's still learning the game, anytime I let off or I don't do what I should do, the person I'm teaching kicks my butt. So I apologize if I was a little playing as best as I could, and I knew you were learning, Jens. But yeah.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. So it was fun. Nice to try. And
yeah, and this is one aggro deck. Battle Mage is probably the most aggressive you can get. Like if you really want to go aggro, Jens, you would play air fire battle mage or mono air battle mage or air water battle mage. But yeah, against Deathspeaker, it does get a little rough when you draw all of your violins, early, because Deathspeaker just has all the tools then to get rid of your guys.
Yeah,
But you can still win. Mono red can still win. It just takes a lot of effort in positioning, proper positioning.
All right. Well,
yeah, I think the game could have been completely different had he not drawn that gnome hollow and placed it.
Oh yeah, it could have definitely been a lot different.
I think that's
what it's there for.
Actually, that the sides really do matter. How you place them and what sides you draw. It really makes the game.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining. It is getting a little late for me over here in my time zone. So, Adam, Jens, thank you so much. I was trying to make this video work for a while now, so I really appreciate the help and you chiming in. And it was a lot of fun. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And it was fun. And thanks for playing. And I'll see you guys at some other point, I hope.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks again, Adam.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.